Do you like your Gucci? Do you like your Louis? Do you want to see what the housing is like near one of the nicest shopping malls in all of Nashville? That's what's coming up next. We're covering the 21 areas of Nashville. Today, we're gonna be going over the vibe of the area so that way you can find your tribe. And I'm telling you, if you got the Green Hills vibe, man, you got it going on. You've been successful in life. You've made a lot of good choices. And I'm excited, man, because if you like some nice houses, if you like a nice area, very upscale, it doesn't get any more upscale than the Green Hills area. So, man, everywhere that you look around here, back in the 1930s, all of this was grazing fields, cows. David Lipscomb, which is was a Bible college back in the 1930s, owned all of this land, and it was just open. And then, you go to post-World War II, that's where the housing boom took place. So when you look in the Green Hills area and you see a lot of ranch-style houses from the 1950s, 1960s with larger lots, that's where those came from. There wasn't a lot of housing here before the 1950s and 1960s. And then you leap forward about another 30 years and there was another housing boom that took place. So now you do see some tear downs and you see some remodels of some of those 1930 homes that were built, and a lot of new construction. So you may see some duplexes, and when I say duplexes, these aren't, I don't want to live in these houses. These are, you may have two attached $2 million houses right next to each other that are just modern, beautiful, fantastic, huge windows. So we're gonna get into it all today. We're gonna get into the walkability of this area. We're gonna get into the type of people that are gonna live in the Green Hills area. We're gonna get into the pluses and minuses of this versus some of the other areas of Nashville. And we're gonna get into some of the different price points, like what price point, if you really wanna be in the Green Hills area, what price point can kind of just, sneak you in there. So super excited. I've been excited to do the Green Hills area because it's nice, man, it's nice. Today's gonna be a great day. You're gonna like what you see, which is gonna make you wanna like, it's gonna make you wanna subscribe, and it's gonna be like, oh, I want more of the 21 areas of Nashville, and we're here to give it to you. All right, we wanted to give you guys a little bit of bonus. When we say nice shopping in the Green Hills Mall area, we're gonna give y'all like a few little examples, a few little teasers. So we got Tiffany. Everybody knows Tiffany. You want the little blue box? This is where you go. Maybe you like Johnny Was. My fiance, she loves some Johnny Was. We just got some jeans from there. Whew, hurt my pocketbook just a little bit, but I love that woman. So I was happy to do it. But yeah, you like a little Louis? We got some Louis Vuitton across the way here. We got some Saint Laurent. Let's do a little pan over here. Like, maybe you're more of a mid-budget brother. Maybe Macy's is good enough. Macy's got good stuff. You don't just need Dolce & Gabbana. You don't just need, whatever your brand of choice is. Sometimes a little Macy's would do a brother just fine. We got that here too. So we just want to give you a little bonus, a little extra stuff of what the inside of the mall looks like. And we just gave you just a little scotch. But yeah, just like a little taste. We're here to give it to you, people. All right, we're talking about the 21 areas of Nashville, giving you the vibe of each area to help you find your tribe. So let's say you come to me, you go down to the description, you get my contact info, and you call me up and you're like, Will, love that Green Hills area, but I don't have $1.5 million, I don't have $2.5 million, I don't have $5 million, but I wanna be in that area. Do you got something for me? And I'm like, maybe? What's your budget? And you're like, I need something for $500,000. I'm like, whoo, you putting the challenge on me, but I got you. So why are we here right now? There are condos, and we are right in the middle of Green Hills, and I'm getting to be right in the middle of traffic. What I do for the people, right? What I do for the people. But There's condos here. Now this complex, and this is right in the middle of Green Hills, was built in 1967. So recently, when I say recently, within the last month, and we're right in August, there was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,600 square feet. What did it close for? $340,000. But what I want you to keep in mind is the time that we're in Nashville, right? We're definitely in a buyer's market. So if you're looking at these prices, July or August of 2026, my gut's telling me we're gonna be in a very different market. But in August, July of 2025, you could get one of these units, like I said, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,600 square feet for right at $340,000. Now I say 340, it was listed at 380. So I'm telling you that because, you know, being in a buyer's market, potentially even when you get closer to winter time, it may be closer to 380 to 390. But if you were buying this time of year, and guys, these aren't bad. I mean, 1,600 square feet, that's bigger than the first house that I lived in. And I got something else to show you. We're gonna bring the cameraman Luke. He likes to be the center of attention, so I gotta shout out his name, give him some credit. He's doing some great job here. But look what you get too. Like, this is good living. We got a pool area over here. Get to go little swimming. I mean, dude, it's the end of August. It's like 85 degrees outside. If I lived here, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd be in the pool, taking a little dip. And you better not be close, because if I do a cannonball, you are getting wet. I'm just letting you know. I've had years of practice. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not gonna get anything that's a single family home for under $500,000. Like even your starter ranch houses, you're gonna be looking at 700K plus. So if you're looking for a single family home where you can be running the dog around and have your own backyard and that, you're not gonna get that in Green Hills. But it's magic that you could find anything to live in, and that's decent square footage for under $500,000, under $400,000, under $350 to be in the Green Hills area. Yes, you can be living large, tell people you're in the Green Hills area zip code, and yeah, be bougie on a budget. You know, we're doing the 21 different areas of Nashville, and say you come to me and you're like, well, I want kind of a mid-priced home. The condos were great that you showed me, but I need more than 1,600 square feet and I don't really want to be in a condo. Can you give me something that's kind of mid-priced? So behind me would be a great example of a house that's mid-priced. So 3,640 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, built in 1950 with a mild remodel on the inside. Some areas are remodeled, some aren't. Closed recently for $1.7 million. The $1.5 million to $2.5 million is a very common price point here for the Green Hills area. A lot of these streets don't have sidewalks. So they have, you know, decent sized yards. I mean, most of the yards are gonna be, I would say on average, 1/4 acre to 1/3 acre. And you can find some larger estates here for sure. But that's gonna be, we're talking about kind of average homes here in the area. I mean, I like this house as well. It's got some good character, nice little front porch. This is a good sample of Green Hills. So you'll have some that are older with a little bit of a remodel. Now these over here are going to be closer to the $2.5 million to $3 million price point. So a little bit larger in square footage, a little bit newer looking, and you know, well done. So you're gonna have some new construction. It's very common to see new construction right next to stuff that's a little bit older. And I'm not gonna falsify anything to say that most of those 1950s to 1970s homes have been remodeled. A fair amount of them have been, but you've got some, and that's where you can get, you know, a little bit lower on the price point, maybe even down in that 1.3 range, where you're finding 3,000 square feet in a single family home, but it needs a little love. Needs a little love. Who doesn't need I need a little love. We all need a little love. And one of the things I want you to notice is all of the mature trees that are here. On a day like today, It's mid 80s outside. Luke and I are appreciating the shade. These little spots of shade that we get. It may affect the editing or the picture work, but it feels fine. It feels so good. Yeah, you've got roundabout here. Now, one thing that I haven't brought up is that most of these houses that were built in the 50s to 70s, garages weren't that common back then. So you may have a house like, you've got this cute little brick ranch house. Make no mistake. So if you looked at this house and you were in any other neighborhood, not any other neighborhood in the country, but most neighborhoods definitely around Nashville, and you saw that house, you'd be like, oh, that's a cute house. It's maybe $300,000. Not in Green Hills, people. So you see the Lexus in the driveway. They've got a Porsche in the garage. They've got a new 4Runner that's there. They've got another Lexus that's in front of that. They probably have more in vehicles in their driveway than what you probably thought that house was worth. And you would have been right if you were in, outside of Nashville in Antioch or Laverne or Madison. That might have been correct. But that's a little negative of the Green Hills area, is that unless, we've got two, it's making me out to be a liar, folks. I'm not a liar. I'm a very honest person. But there are two houses back to back. This one's got two Porsches in it. That unless you have a garage that's built on an addition, oh boy, I'm really looking bad now. So this one does, this is a newer construction, people. This is a newer construction. This isn't like a 50s to 70s, okay? But this one does have a 2-car garage there with a little carport and a 1-car garage there. That is very abnormal. That is not common. Most of them you're gonna see are gonna have more outdoor parking. But what you're not gonna see in this neighborhood is you're not gonna see street parking. So you're not gonna see people lined up along the street, where in other areas of Nashville, that's very common. You do have enough driveway space, and the circular driveways are a little bit more common here for you to be able to have, the parking area that you need. But what's also common, if you haven't picked this up yet, is where they'll take a house, completely scrape it like they're doing behind me, and build something new. So generally, if they're taking a lot that they've paid minimum $700,000 for, it wouldn't be that uncommon to pay $900,000, especially for, this is a really good sized lot here. This is big enough and also wide enough. I haven't looked at the specs, so don't hold me to it, but very likely that they could build an attached HPR. So to have 2 units side by side that are each around $2 million a piece. And something that's modern, really nice, maybe $2.5 million a piece. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's at least $4 million to $5.5 million of real estate that goes on that lot. I haven't looked it up, but I know the area well enough that I've got a good idea for what they paid for the dirt. So, but beautiful homes, beautiful landscaping. Again, you're not going to see, unless you're buying something with an attached or detached HPR. As far as single family site built homes, you're not going to find any two that are alike. And even though there's no sidewalks along this street, I feel very safe walking here. Luke is risking his life, trusting in me, walking backwards. The thing we do for you people, right? Add value, risking our lives out here in the hood of Green Hills. Just kidding. Green Hills is anything but the hood. It's very, very nice. We love Green Hills. We're just out here giving you a little bit of a flavor, a little bit of a vibe to help you find your tribe. And if this is what you're looking for, it's fantastic. There's not a lot of people in Nashville that wouldn't want to live in Green Hills. So if it's within your budget, and again, we're going over 3 different budget areas, then take advantage of it, because this is beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. It is like the Disneyland utopia of Nashville. Have I said I like it enough? I like Green Hills. We don't want to just show you one side of the street. We're not prejudiced towards one side. We don't just like left sides, people. We like right sides too. So we're going to show you both. But these houses are beautiful. The community is outstanding. So, again, but I'm gonna have you get over just a little bit. We got none of these Porsches coming through. You may not be able to move on this street, at least if you ain't got a Porsche. You may not fit in. So if you got a Ferrari, you may not qualify. Get your Bugatti out of here. This is Porsche only street, okay? Some of you know I used to be a nurse anesthetist, so I used to do anesthesia for a living. And multiple of my anesthesia buddies, some of the anesthesiologists, lived in the Green Hills area. I just helped a buddy of mine, Kyle Burkett, shout out to you, Kyle. Just helped him move into the Green Hills area. And he moved into one of those attached HPRs that we talk about. I want to say it was 2.3 million, somewhere around there, 2.4, but a beautiful home. These lots here in this mid-price point, we were talking about a quarter acre. Some of them are going to be a quarter, but a lot of them are going to be closer to between a third to a half an acre. Like the house that we showed you that was 1.7, that was right at 0.46 acres. So close to a half an acre. More of that middle price point, you're going to be looking at 2,700 square feet to really around 4,000 square feet if you're wanting to stay closer to that 1.3 to 2.6. I would say that's the range for more of the mid-priced area. So, but you've got a lot of options and a lot of opportunities. One thing that we don't talk about in a lot of areas is the investment side. So if you go to my other two channels, you'll find a lot more investor stuff out there. But Green Hills is the blue chip stock of the Nashville area. So we're right in the middle of a buyer's market. You're not seeing that hit the Green Hills area like you are the other areas of Nashville. That's something to note. So if you're going to make this sort of investment, this is still appreciating over here because of the location, because of the quality build of the homes. Investment wise, Green Hills is very solid. All right, 21 areas in Nashville, Green Hills. Give me the vibe so you can find your tribe. So let's say your vibe is, Will, I ain't down with bougie on a budget. I just want to go straight bougie and give me a little modern. I might have shown you the house behind me. So this house sold recently, 8 beds, 7 full baths, 2 half baths. It's got a gunite pool, prep kitchen, floating stairs. The pool house is absolutely incredible. 0.6 acres, brand new construction. You waiting for the price, ain't you? You waiting for the price. It's good. $4.99 million. That's what it closed for. No negotiation. So boom, super quick. So if you want bougie in Green Hills and you're like, man, I want modern, I need some space to spread out, a little over 7,900 square feet, plenty of room, plenty of space, then we got it for you, baby, Green Hills. So if you can't tell, we're on a pretty busy street. And I like Luke, so we're not gonna put his life at risk here, but we are gonna show you on a little bit less busy street, some other kind of high-end homes to give you a feel of, okay, am I buying the only nice house in the neighborhood? Absolutely not. Wait till you see some of the other stuff we're gonna show you. It's equally as cool. All right, we're all about giving you bonuses. We're gonna give you a little bit, who doesn't like high-end houses? I love high-end houses. We're just off a Harding Place here, but yeah, I mean, in this community, in this pocket within Green Hills, most of what you're gonna see is gonna be in that $3 to $5 million range. So we're gonna show you some more houses. If the modern house is not your thing, and you want something maybe that has more of a front porch to it, or more of a historical look, we got you. So first we're gonna show you the house over here. You do have garage in the back, but the circular driveways that are very common here. I love it, man. So you've got the front porch on the bottom, you've got the porch up top, and that is an accessible porch for you to be able to walk out on. It's not just for eye candy, but the way that it stretches all the way over to the garage, and I'm certain that that's more of a bonus room that's over the top. Beautiful. So if you're wanting to spend that $3 to $5 million, but you're not wanting the ultra modern, that's one choice. So, and then you look over here and you've got another gorgeous front porch. Now I will say, if you're close to Harding Place, the road noise, probably not when you're inside, but if you're outside in the yard, even in the backyard, is gonna be substantial. And we talked about a lot of the new construction having sidewalks. I don't want to paint the wrong picture. So again, we're like, hey, if you're paying, you know, $4 million for a house, it should have a sidewalk for me to be able to walk out front. You're not necessarily getting that in Green Hills. So if the sidewalks are important to you to be able to walk, and again, we've had to pay attention when we've just about every neighborhood that we've been in Green Hills, regardless of price point, regardless of area. I mean, we've had to definitely be looking, or we might not be here filming. So if being able to walk in your neighborhood is important, again, this isn't like incredibly unsafe. I will say, you don't really see many people out walking their dogs here. Not that that doesn't take place, because it does. But I think when you've got kind of a narrow path to be able to walk on, and maybe if you're off on some of the side streets, if you've got two cars coming and going and you've got a dog that you're walking or a stroller that you're pushing or something where it's not easy for you to be able to, you know, get over in your neighbor's grass, then maybe a little bit of a downside here. There may be some other areas. So if you're wanting to be in a nice neighborhood, but not here, I've got some other things in mind, but check this house out. I mean, we're kind of stopping, but if that doesn't look like it's, you know, from Europe, beautiful, it's, you know, absolutely gorgeous. We're filming Green Hills. Oh, dude, I promise that ain't me. We're doing I'm a real estate agent. We're doing the, okay, that sounds good, man, thanks. You're good, you're good. You got a beautiful home, by the way. Beautiful home. So, you got neighbors that'll protect you, that'll stick up for you, that pay attention to what's going on. That is one nice thing that you get when you're getting more in that $3 to $5 million category. This is another example over here, is you are gonna get some of the bigger lots and just some more space to be able to spread out. So before we completely wrap up for today though, we gotta take you to a park. We're gonna be going to Green Hills Park. You can't end a day without having a little fun in the park. So that's part of giving you the flavor, giving you the vibe, see if you find your tribe within Nashville, is to show you what the parks are like. Because again, if you haven't caught the memo, some of the streets aren't as walkable, so you need some areas to be able to go walk safely, go out to be able to play. So yeah, we're gonna show you one of the 4 great parks that's near the Green Hills area. So hope you enjoy. So here we are at Green Hills Park. How could we not do Green Hills Park when we're talking about Green Hills, people? Gotta do some Green Hills Park. But this is not the only park that's in the area. So you've got Woodmont Park, which is fantastic, and you've got Percy Warner Park, which is amazing, one of the best parks anywhere in the Nashville area. And then you've got Edwin Park. But let's focus here, people. Focus on Green Hills Park. So what do you have here? You've got tennis courts, you've got baseball courts, baseball fields. Maybe you have baseball courts, I don't know. Definitely baseball fields though. And you've got a really cool obstacle course. So a lot of family fun type activities. And again, like if you look around, I mean, can we pan a little bit and just show, it doesn't get any more in Green Hills than this. I mean, you've got people that can literally walk out their front door and be right here in the Green Hills Park area. So we're gonna walk around a little bit just to show you guys what it looks like. So a couple of things you need to know about Green Hills Park. So the first thing is you're gonna see a beautiful field over here to my left. So if you're wanting to come practice your fastball or your hitting skills or throwing skills, and there's another field down here, the use of these parks are by permit use only. So you gotta check with the city and get them reserved. Also, they do prefer that you stay off of the grass, which is a little bit different for a park. So you don't see, when you go and look at the wide open field over here, you're not seeing a lot of people that are out on the grass. There's one person over there having a picnic, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. But I think the park is a little bit more designed for the pathways. You do have some fun kiddie stuff that you can, have a good time with. Third field that's over here, so multiple games could be going on at one time, and they're far enough apart to where even if you've got, a heck of a hit, you're not going to be hitting it into the other fields. Plenty of picnic tables scattered throughout. Mostly this is going to be for people wanting to take a walk or wanting to take a run. But what's cool is there's lots of, I call them like little treasures that are located along the pathway. Multiple different areas where you've got picnic tables, and I like that. So if you're having an event, say you're having a birthday party, or you're just having a friendly get together, but we've got kind of a cool thing that's coming up over here. We're going to show you the little obstacle course area. We've got the tennis courts over here, and but this pathway is wide enough that you could have 3 or 4 people walking on it and be able to pass by each other pretty easily. And on a day like today, man, this isn't a bad way to get a few steps in, because some of us, we need a few little extra steps. Just got done with a little Chick-fil-A and, got the large fry. So got to be out here putting in a few extra steps. But it's like, I don't know, it kind of feels like you've got 7 or 8 like little mini parks all in one. It's really not that crowded. I mean, we're out here, this is not a weekday. We're out here on a Saturday afternoon, 1:30 in the afternoon on, this is, was it Labor Day weekend? So you expect to have quite a few people that are out, and it's nice. I mean, it's mid 80s. It's not like it's 100 degrees outside, hardly a cloud in the sky. And so if it's going to be busy, like you would expect it to be pretty busy on a day like today. And we're not seeing, a ton of people around. So it's not that crowded to go to. We won't go further up that area, but you know me, I'm not afraid to get on a swing. There's some swings up here, which is tempting me. It's calling me. It's like, well, just a few little back and forths. But yeah, I mean, another cute little kids play area that's over here for the little tykes. We gotta have something for the little tykes. We were all little tykes once. We gotta represent near almost all of these little pockets of play areas, and we haven't shown you all of them, but we've shown you definitely some of them, is that they've got benches. Why is that important? For us parents that have to sit there for 3 hours while our kid goes up and down the slide, that we can sit there and, hang out and be able to relax, have a little relaxation time while the kids unwind all that energy in a constructive environment. I mean, you can see pictures of Green Hills Park online, but if you're considering moving to this area of Nashville, you're probably wanting, you want to know, especially if you've got kids, or even if you're just, heck, you could be 80 and you're just looking for an area for like you and your friends to be able to go have your morning walk without having to worry about traffic, getting run over. And you want to see, is there a local park in the Green Hills area? All right, so we're talking about the 21 different areas of Nashville. We're in the Green Hills area. So what are the pluses of being here? Like, why would you want to be in Green Hills? One, you've got a premier product as far as the houses go that really you're going to struggle to get anywhere else. Now, we talked about the different price points. To get some of those premier products, it's not uncommon to pay $4 or $5 million for houses here, but they're going to be beautiful, and the area and the proximity is second to none. So we're talking about proximity to what? So proximity to the universities. So a lot of the people that are living here, like we've talked about, are going to be people that are educated or people that, you know, they like the proximity to Vanderbilt, to Belmont, to Lipscomb. So the proximity to the universities is incredible here. Also to the premier shopping. So if you want some Jimmy Choo, who doesn't like a little Jimmy Choo, you know, it's not that far from any of the houses that are going to be in the Green Hills area. So also healthy lifestyle options. You've got a lot more healthier choices. You're going to struggle, like McDonald's are everywhere. You're going to have a struggle to find a McDonald's. You can find it, but you're not going to be finding all the Hardee's and all the fast food options. You're going to be finding a lot more health food options. So, you know, healthier grocery stores to be able to eat at, just healthier living, more, you know, yoga studios and more, you know, workout options, that sort of thing. So I generally don't talk about schools, you know, safety, any of that kind of stuff, but you know, people come here because of the private schools that are here. There's very nice private schools that are close in the area, and you know, it's also known for the public schools that are here. So safety is something else probably in any of the videos you're not going to hear me talk about, because it's kind of taboo subject. You know, we're supposed to tell you, hey, look online, you know, to the criminal stuff. But one of the reasons why people are moving, you know, or like to be in this area is, I believe, and this is something obviously you got to check for yourself online, but you know, the police presence and the crime activity, if you look online, statistically, you're going to be a little bit less crime that's here in the Green Hills area. So a lot of pluses. So what are some of the minuses of being in the Green Hills area? Obviously the price point, like not everybody can afford to be here. One of the other negatives is a lot of these streets, especially some of the original streets, aren't going to have sidewalks on them. And walkability, like if you're wanting to walk to your local grocery store, it's just not going to happen. Or if you're wanting to walk to like a coffee shop, most of what you're going to find in the Green Hills area is going to be close to the Green Hills Mall. And so the further away that you are from that, walkability to walk on some of your streets, and you know, some of those streets are going to be pretty busy. Granny Hills Pike is going to be a busy street. Woodmont's going to be a busy street. So some of these streets, if you like to walk just even in your neighborhood, it's going to be challenging to do. Now, some of these neighborhoods where there's been a lot of teardowns and new construction that's been built, there are sidewalks on some of those that make it much easier to walk, but the walkability is not that fantastic. And congestion. So traffic congestion, especially if you're anywhere near Green Hills Mall, is not ideal. Now, having said that, and I guess this would go back to the pluses area, is you're still going to be, you know, only about 10-15 minutes from downtown Nashville, but it doesn't matter the day of the week. It could be Saturday, Sunday, Monday through Monday. Anywhere near Green Hills Mall, if you live too close to there, the traffic is going to be substantial. So, but that also tells you that's an area that people like to come to. It's an area that people like to hang out in. Yeah, I just wanted to give you some of the pluses, some of the minuses of the Green Hills area. Want to thank you guys for hanging out with us, taking the journey, 21 areas of Nashville, exploring at least one of the areas. If you've made it here, you know a little bit more about the Green Hills area. And if you like what you saw, like and subscribe. Come on, I've talked about, you know, my mom knowing I've only got 6 friends. Still, I've had this channel out here. I still only have 6 friends. I just need one more, people, one more. So if you'll just hit that subscribe button, hit some likes, maybe I can get some more friends. But no, seriously, we hope that this is, especially if you're from out of state, that this is doing some of the legwork for you, that it's doing, you know, providing what you need. And we appreciate you hanging with us. Check out some of the other videos as well, and thanks for hanging out with us today.